Well, welcome to another episode of Rimshots with Sean, brought to you by Barstools and Bandtalk. I've got so many different segments here, and we've got the mayoral candidate one, we've got the Rock Rage Radio one. This is the Country Goes Caribbean, Country Goes 80s, or so Caribbean Goes 80s, Country Goes Caribbean. You name it, we're doing them all right now. We have a gentleman who was down there this past April, Mr. Steve Leblanc. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. So, which one will you be attending? Or are you doing both?
I'll be attending Caribbean Goes 80s.
Okay, as will I. Look forward to meeting you face to face. We're down there with Michelle Ryder and Side Hustle. It's going to be fun. What was your experience last year? I saw a lot of video. I was down there actually a week after you guys were there. What was your experience?
It was fantastic. It was better than I expected. Like I, to be honest, I really didn't know what to expect. I just kind of dove in and said, okay, I'm going to do this, and it's going to, I'm going to make the best of it. And you got to try things. I'm fortunate. I'm a musician. I've toured all over the world. I've played everywhere, but I've never played in the Caribbean before. And I know that Cuba can be challenging as far as technical requirements and things. So I was a little bit nervous about that, to be completely honest. But it was fantastic. It ended up being great. To my surprise, it was awesome. It really was.
So tickets are on sale now, and I think they're really going to start putting the push on this month. We're in September, and everybody goes, well, it's April, but before you know it, it'll be 2 weeks out. What can people expect down there when they go down? I mean, again, I saw the videos, but anybody that's maybe, return people we know, but anybody that's thinking about their first time, what can they expect?
Well, if you like music, if you like sun, if you like the beach, if you like good camaraderie, like the one thing that I found about it that I did not expect was that when I was down there, unlike going on any kind of vacation, what was different about it was that there was a lot of people that I if I didn't know them, I had something in common with them geographically, like they came from the same area. Or so I guess you could expect to meet a lot of new people and make lifelong friendships. I think that might be the one thing that they should expect, that I learned from my last trip there that I did not expect. I knew I was going to have fun and it was all going to be great, but I didn't realize that I was going to make friends like I did, and connections like I did, that I'm looking forward to seeing again this time on this turnaround.
So I don't want to misspeak because, hey, I've been known to do that. So I want you to tell the viewers what your capacity is going to be when you're there. Are you going to be a solo artist? Are you going to be playing with a band? What are you going to be doing?
This time here, I won't be playing as a solo artist because I'll be performing with two different bands. The first band that I'll be performing with is a band that I've been playing off and on with for about I don't know, 30 some years. A band called Spoiled Rotten, and Spoiled Rotten is a cover band that has been very successful. We've been the house band for the Spirit of Edmonton during the Cray Cup Festival now for well over a decade. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we've basically been the house band for the Grey Cup events and the events surrounding the Grey Cup now for over a decade, and which is just a really good band that does a lot of good rock and a lot of Canadian content, like some Loverboys, some Bryan Adams, and also some Huey Lewis and the News, and just a lot of good 80s rock, very danceable, very, very good musicians, probably top tier musicians. Just a good show, a band that's traveled from coast to coast. It's got a lot of experience and can really deliver the goods. The second band I'll be playing with is a great band also of experienced veterans, a band called Spandex. And Spandex is sort of a tribute / spoof to 80s hair metal. And it's fantastic. Again, a lot of the bands from that era. I'm talking Poison, Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, very 80s hair metal, and delivered just like it should be, with the hair, with the outfits, with the attitude, and the musicianship also. So I'm looking forward to that also. So I'll be performing with both bands, um, and I'll be very busy with that, so I won't be able to perform solo because it would just be too much for me.
Yep.
I do want to sit on the beach a little bit.
Absolutely, and you got to
Yeah,
take advantage of that all-inclusive opportunity that's there,
that's
which
right.
is a
Yeah,
good part. And I'm excited because I tell you, when I play with Michelle Ryder and Side Hustle, we don't play songs that other people play. Like we're doing a lot of different things, and I'm actually going to have to consult with you guys to make sure there's no crossover. So that to me is kind of
yeah,
exciting because
yeah,
we're going down with her, and we're going to be putting together an all-females kind of 80s show on one of the nights, which is going to be fun. So that'll be fun. And
yeah.
I had the spandex guys on a few weeks ago, and
Yes,
so Steve, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to basically pitch the event, because it's a lot of fun, but it's also a fundraiser to get some supplies in the
yeah,
hands of kids down there, right?
absolutely.
And
First and
so
foremost.
right. So give a pitch to that, because I mean, a lot of people think, oh, it's a bunch of musicians getting a free trip. And well, no, we're going to go down there and work. Are we going to have some fun? We are. But the whole spirit of the thing is to get some much needed supplies into the hands of kids down there.
Yeah, that's really the main goal. I mean, this kind of thing for the musicians that are going down there. Um, I'm taking time off work to go down there, so it's because mainly it's to help the kids get supplies. I mean, if you've never been to Cuba, and you don't know, I mean, even your bus ride from the airport to whatever resort that you're staying at, if you look around, or if you go take a trip down in town and maybe a little bit outside town, that times are tough in Cuba. I know that we think that we have it tough here at home in Canada, but we live like kings and we're like the 1%. So I really think it's important to be able to, and I mean, if you've ever been to Cuba, also you do know that, you know, they're just really, really good people, and it's really sad um, to see them suffer like that. So I just think that the whole event in itself, if anything, while you get to go vacation and enjoy some really good music, you get a little bit of peace of mind knowing that as you're doing that, you're also giving back and you're giving some joy to somebody who doesn't have as much as you do. And I know for me, it really does count for a lot. And I know that last time I went in April, I felt really good about that. I brought my wife, I brought my son, we brought 30 pounds worth of supplies, some medical supplies. It just feels really good. We never met who we gave it to. We don't, we just brought our bag and delivered it to the right people, and that doesn't matter. What matters is that it's there in Cuba, and somebody's going to have, be able to use it. And at the end of the day, that's really what this whole Caribbean Goes 80s is all about. It's about that.
And I can say, so we've already put together one fundraiser. There's going to be more between now and I'm sure you guys are doing some too. And the idea, I think, is to raise money so that people want to bring a bag down, because it's an extra cost. Anybody that's gone there knows
Yeah,
you literally don't get to bring a lot of luggage, right? Or
yeah,
it costs
yeah.
extra money. So that'll be cool. So I guess for I'm gonna get you to talk to. I was there, like I say, the week after you guys. I didn't go down on a musical sort of thing. I just went on a vacation. But
Yeah.
anybody that hasn't been to Cuba and hasn't been to this event, I'm gonna give you we'll call it the 35 to 40-second elevator pitch to say this is why you go, because.
Mm-hmm. You'd like me to do that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So Caribbean Goes 80s in Cuba, April 2025. Awesome bands, awesome music, awesome people for a really good cause, and a great way to be able to enjoy yourself, get some plenty of sun in the middle of winter, and make some new friends for life that will probably continue year after year. Because I know that even if I wasn't playing music at this event, I think I'd be going to it anyways. Now that I've gone, I'll be going to it because of the friends that I've made there. And like we said earlier, just the fact that it's for a good cause. I'm even more, I even more so want to do it this way. I mean, if I'm going to go down south to a vacation in the Caribbean, why wouldn't I do it like this? I mean, I love music and I love helping people, so it's a win-win for everybody, right? So,
absolutely. And I
yeah,
mean, I can vouch for the sun, man, because I got burnt the first 2 days I
yeah,
was there, but
and
that was my fault. And don't use that as a deterrent. It's a great time. It's a great country. They're
you know
great
what?
people.
Nothing like getting back at the end of April, getting back home in home, and you got a nice tan. You know, it feels great. And the beaches in Cuba are by far, and I mean, I've seen some. I haven't seen them all in the Caribbean. Really, that's the only ones that I've seen in the Caribbean. But judging from what I hear from other people too, the beaches in Cuba are like untouchable. I mean, it's just whatever you know, that blue green water that you picture, and the sky, and it's amazing. I mean, I thought when I walked down to the beach for the first time, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, I'd seen it all my life in pictures, but it's when you're there, man, it's like it's unbelievable. It really is. Just going to the beach is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable and it's
Yeah,
indescribable.
yeah,
Because
it is.
I live 10 minutes from the ocean. I live 10 minutes from the
Yeah,
beach, and I mean, I'm not a saltwater guy
yeah.
by any stretch. I went there. I wanted to get right in, man. It was just
I
incredible.
know it was almost like it calls you to go in right away. Like it's just, I don't know what it is. I'll say this. My wife and I were saying this too. Like we're actually not beach people at all. Like I'm
Yeah.
not, I live near Parley Beach, here in New Brunswick. And it's like, people come from all over, from Quebec and stuff, to go to Parley Beach. It's a big thing. And I never go ever. I never go. Does not interest me at all. But boys, oh boys, in Cuba, I couldn't stay off the beach. So, it didn't change my mind about the beach here. It changed my mind about the beach in period. Like being in the Caribbean and being on a beach is like, it's a whole other thing, right? Like,
It is. So we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have tunes. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have camaraderie. We're gonna have, I think, some 100,000 people down there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Just before we go, what do you have on the go in terms of Steve and his music, and where people can catch you in the? You live in Moncton, correct?
yes, I do. Yeah, I had the busiest summer of my life. I was part of in Bouctouche, New Brunswick. There's a tourist place called Pays de la Sagouine. It's a special place. There's an old Acadian village, sort of a makeshift Acadian village. They have a lot of music. They have a lot of theater. They have a lot of events. There's a nice restaurant, and they also have a new thing there called Acadie Lumina, and Acadie Lumina is like a walk in the woods with sound and lights, and it's pretty amazing. So I was part of that this summer and played there a couple times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And then I was playing with Spoiled Rotten, with Spandex, and as a solo artist too. So there was a lot going on this summer. So I was really pleased because after the pandemic, I was a little worried that things were never going to go back the way they were before. And although it took a little bit of time, I can honestly say that this summer was off the charts. I'm actually tired. I need a little bit of a break, which is coming this month. So I'm actually happy about it because I didn't think I was going to have that much work, and so I was really pleased about that. Really pleased.
And I can vouch for that because
Yeah.
I had a great summer too. And Spandex, and you may know this, you may not know this, but Spandex and Michelle Ryder are doing a home and home series. We're just working on it, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Look,
right.
I want to thank you for doing this, Steve.
That's my pleasure.
Part of what we're trying to do here is, raise awareness around the event, raise awareness about what it's about. It's, like, again, it's not a bunch of musicians going down for a free trip. No. Everybody's going to work hard.
Yeah, no, it's not like, yeah, like, I mean, you absolutely nailed it there. Like it's not, it's really not that, because the thing is, there's a lot of work involved, and the musicians are are working pretty hard, you know, and we're lugging a lot of stuff to Cuba, and there's a lot involved in it, and really at the end of the day, the whole thing, whether you're a musician going and performing or you're just somebody going to enjoy yourself for a vacation to enjoy the music, it's all going towards a good cause, and it does make a big impact, because when you figure everybody that goes to this trip, between the musicians and the people, when you figure everybody's bringing 10 pounds worth of humanitarian aid, you add all that up, that is a considerable that makes a considerable um, impact. So, you know, it really is quite helpful, you know. And when you add the Caribbean Goes Country to that, you know, like, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. So
Yeah.
it really does make a difference, and nobody should feel that it doesn't, because I really feel like it does, you know, it really does. Every little bit helps. And I think these events are fantastic, you know.
100%. And shout
Yeah.
out to Dennis Woodworth and his
Yeah.
team of folks that are, you know, they volunteer their time in this too. So look, my friend, I want to thank you for doing this on
My
a
pleasure, man.
Thursday, and look forward to meeting you in person. That's going to happen probably soon,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there. So Caribbean Goes Country, Caribbean Goes 80s. Get your tickets.
Cheers.
Ciao.